Okay, so I went ahead and I shortened up the belt. Um, I took out one link at a time and reinstalled and ran the machine and kind of did it iteratively like that. And what I found was I ended up removing a total of 3 links from the belt. So I started with 64 links, and right now I'm at 61 links. So that seems to give a pretty decent result. We'll go ahead and fire it up here in a sec. I've got my nickel back there on the in-feed table. You can see I've got the digital angle gauge there as well. One thing I found was that because the cutter head guard is raised up off the table, it does produce a fair amount of airflow. So that seemed to somewhat influence the nickel test results. So I'm just using that digital angle gauge there to kind of block the airflow, so that the nickel's response is solely based off of the vibration of the machine and not any kind of outside airflow influence. But for those that are wondering, that's why that's there. So let's go ahead and fire it up and see what we got. So far, so good. This is certainly much better than the first go around. So it seems like the belt took care of the nickel test vibration issue. So let's go check out the belt around the backside. You can still see a little bit of chatter there on the right side. Not really sure if that matters or not. So you can see after all that, the nickel stood up on the in-feed table the whole time. So that's at least something. Still saw a little bit of belt flutter there, and also I have nothing to base this on because this is my first joiner. I've never actually seen one operate in person, and I've never owned one. So I'm basing this solely off of YouTube videos I've seen and so on. But it just seems like it's excessively loud. Maybe that's the fact that it's on a mobile base. That's the Portamate, I think it's the 2500. So it's not actually bolted to that base, it's just kind of sitting there within the base, but I've secured the base pretty well. Maybe it's the fact that the garage floor isn't perfectly level. But in any case, so if anybody has any suggestions, I'm certainly all ears, but so far it seems pretty good. I may try shortening up the belt by 1 or 2 more links, but maybe it's time to cut some wood.